Okay, guys, welcome back. We have another question from the second chapter of the fundamentals of electric circuits, and we have question 21 where we need to find the Vx in the circuit on the right hand side. And for solving this, we're going to use the Kirchhoff's voltage law. For that, we know if we start from a point in our circuit where we want the sum of all the voltages has to be 0 in the circuit. So we can start either from this point in here or the one at top, doesn't matter. Keeping in mind that where we enter the negative terminal of the voltage source, that voltage is going to be negative. So we're going to have negative 15 from voltage source, and because of the direction of the current in this circuit, we know that it goes from the positive. So this is going to be the direction of the current, and we are moving clockwise in this circuit, and since we are going in the direction of the current, when we get to the resistor, that's going to be positive. So we have the Ohm's law. V is equal to R times I. R is our resistor, which is 1 ohm, so 1 times I. Moving further, voltage source, we're entering the positive pole, positive terminal, so it's going to be 2 Vx, and going on to the next source, we already have the voltage. When we have the voltage, we're just going to put our voltage in here, Vx, and the last one we're going to get to the last resistor, which is 2 ohms, so plus 2 times I, and we're going to get back to our starting point in here equals 0, and we can see that we have 2 unknowns, and we need one more equation to figure this out. And the second equation for us would be what we can find from here. We know the Ohm's law applies in here. We have R is equal to 5. The current is I, so Vx is basically equal to 5 times I. So if that's the case, we can just plug this in here. We have in our equation 3Vx, which based on this would be 3 times 5i. So negative 15, 1i, 2i, so 3 plus 15 is going to be 18. I is equal to 0, and that's going to give us the current, which is basically 15 divided by 18, or 5/6 amps. So now that we have this, simply our Vx, as we talked about, would be 5 times 5/6, or 25 divided by 6, which will be 4.17 volt, and the final answer for this question. So let's move on to the next questions. We're asked to find V0 in the circuit in figure 286 in the power absorbed by the dependent source. So we can see that in this circuit we are dealing with two different current sources, and we can use the Kirchhoff's current law for this knot that I'm showing in here. And basically we can assume a direction for the current in here. Let's just call it I, knowing that we have the information about the voltage and the resistor. So basically the current in that resistor, again, V is equal to R times I. V is V0, R is 10, so our I would be basically V0 over 10. So based on the KCL, or Kirchhoff's current law, the sum of all the currents entering the node has to be equal to those that are exiting. We can see it like in this case, all the 3 currents are entering the node. So we have V0 over 10, which is our I. We have 25 amps, and we have 2 V0 equal to nothing is exiting that node, so is equal to 0. So the voltage in here, basically we have, this is going to be 0.1 V0. So 2.1 V0 is equal to 25, and V0 here would be 25 divided by 2.1, which is going to be, actually this is going to be negative if it goes on the other side, so negative 11.9. So that's going to be the 0. We also need to find the power absorbed by the dependent source. And for finding the power absorbed by the dependent source, that's our dependent source, we know P is equal to V times I. And the V in here would be the voltage across this source. We can just put our reference in here. So that's going to be, that's our 0. The voltage at this point is going to be also 2V0. So the voltage that we have in here is actually 2V0 times I. Our I is also 2V0. So the power in here would be 4 V0 squared. So 4 times 11.9 squared. Let's see what we get. Times 4. And yeah, that's going to give us the power of 566.9 watt.